Hey, did you ever have a older sibling, or maybe it was like a aunt or uncle that kind of looked out for you? You know what I'm saying? And whenever something happened, they would kind of step in and or maybe you was the oldest, right? You were the firstborn, you were the oldest, so it was your job to kind of look out for the rest of your siblings. And so whenever somebody would like pick on them or something would go down, they try to mistreat them, then you would step in, right? You would be like, no, I got this, little bro or little sis, I got this. Y'all go sit down somewhere. I'm gonna go handle this, right? God does this the same way. You dig? And I'm gonna show you in scripture. But before we do that, please like this video, share this video on all of your platforms. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Doesn't cost you a thing to do that. And also hit that bell notification so you're always notified whenever I upload content. You dig? And please go check out some of the other videos. And like this video. Share with all your family, your friends, and all your platforms. All right? So now let's get off into this. I wasn't a real troublesome kid. I was a pretty good kid. I didn't get in a whole lot of trouble. Well, when I say a whole lot of trouble, I didn't really hardly get in any trouble. I did my little sneaky slide, conniving stuff, but for the most part, man, I was a pretty good kid. You know what I'm saying? And I saw enough of my aunt and uncles because I was a firstborn, but I had a couple of uncles, aunties that I seen how they got did, how they got disciplined, how they got treated, how they got talked to when they was acting up, when they was out there doing no good. So I learned, man, no, I don't want to be talked to like that. I don't want to be treated like that, and plus, grandma kept a tight leash on me, you dig? But whenever somebody was trying to pick on me or bully me, she always came to the rescue, right? She'd always tell me, you go sit down somewhere, I got this, right? That was her famous kind of thing. You go sit down somewhere, I got this, let me handle this, right? And so once she said those words, man, I felt relief, I felt safe, I felt comfortable, because no matter what happened, no matter what was said, and all in all, my grandma got this. And I know how she handled business, and I know how she get down, so I'm good. You dig? That's the kind of peace and harmony I felt when I heard her say those words. You go sit down somewhere. I got this. And so, I have brothers and sisters behind me because I'm the oldest. And I'm like 7 years older than, my next sibling on my mom's side, and just a few years older than the next sibling on my dad's side. But yet and still, I was gone away and things like that. So when things happened and things went down, I wasn't around. I was in the service. I wasn't around to be able to say, no, little bro, you go sit down. I got this. But when I got home, right, when I come home on leave or whatever, I try to see what was popping and step in where I need to step in. But, I really couldn't do anything until after I was already out. By then, I already had a family, had kids, you dig? But I never forgot that mentality. So now that I've gotten older, right, and all my children are grown, and I got grandkids now, that's still my mentality. When my kids come to me and something's not going right, or they don't understand something, or they feel like, the system is against them, or whatever the case may be, right? They come to me and I give them advice and I give them wisdom. It's always within mind, look, you go sit down, I got this. I'm your dad, or I'm your granddad. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna handle this. You go sit down. You go sit down and you watch how I work, right? I can tell you how to do it, but it's better if you watch how I do it. So then when you watch how I've done it, you'll know exactly how to do it. You dig? Now, 2 Chronicles 20:17 says that ye shall not need to fight in this battle. You dig? There's gonna be no need for you to fight in your battle. Matter of fact, what I want you to do is I want you to set yourselves up. You dig? That's what he says. Yeah, he says, I want you to set yourself. Get somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Get somewhere and set yourself. Then I want you to, after you've set yourself, right? I want you to stand still. Don't move. Don't get flustered. Don't get frustrated. Don't get fearful. Don't get distracted. I want you to stand still. Get somewhere where you're set and you can be safe and you're cool. But when you get somewhere where you're set, I want you to stand still. Don't move. And I want you to see your salvation. I want you to see your deliverance. I want you to see how I'm going to do things. I want you to see it. But in order to see it, you got to get yourself set and you got to stand still. Why? Because there's no need for you to fight in this battle. I got this. This is when you can sit out. But I need you to set yourself. I need you to stand still and see the salvation of the Lord with you. O Judah and Jerusalem, fear not, nor be dismayed. Right? He's encouraging. And this is what he does. And this is what we should do with one another. Fear not, because fear is an illusion. And be not disheartened. Don't let your heart be troubled. Because if your heart is troubled, then you can't feel properly. You can't feel in the spirit because your heart is troubled. It's dismayed. It's saddened. It's broken. It's heavy. So no, don't be fearful and don't be dismayed. He says, tomorrow, right? Some versions may say on the morrow, but tomorrow, go out against them. Have you had a situation where somebody, came and told you, no, you don't need to do that? Because you might have thought you needed to do something, right? You might have been talking about it, sharing it with family and friends, and it's something that you might have been planning, because you felt like the situation really called and it was necessary for you to do a particular thing, right? But then all of a sudden, somebody comes and said, hey, that's not needed. That's not necessary. That you don't need to do that. Let me show you how to do it, right? Let me take care of it. You just fall back and I'm handle it. And then you feel all relieved and you feel so, glad and happy that somebody had your back. Somebody was looking out for you. Somebody was watching out for you because you thought you needed to take that left turn. You'd already seen it in your mind. You'd already pre-planned for it. You knew exactly where to turn, how fast you was going into the turn. I mean, you'd already researched it backwards and forwards. You dig? But then someone who knows what they're doing comes in and says, nope, you don't need to do that. That's not what's needed. You don't need to do that. It's not necessary. Let me show you a better way. Let me show you the right way. Let me show you God's way. Fall back. Just go sit down, have a seat, and watch me work. Let me go to work, but watch me work. But while I'm working, that don't mean you get distracted and you stop paying attention and you start doing all these things. I need you to watch me work, right? I'm not telling you there's no need for you to do what you was going to do, for you just to sit down and then start doing something else. No. I'm telling you there's no need for you to go that way right now, right? But what I need for you to do is to fall back and watch me work. Watch how I set things up. Watch how I do things. Watch how I bless people. Watch how I think about people. Watch how I encourage people. Watch how I uplift people. Watch how I love people. Watch how I motivate people. Watch how I inspire people. And watch how I enlighten people. I need you to watch. Because when you're watching, then you can see how I work. And while I'm working, all I want you to do is, I want you to pray, right? Keep praying. Continue to pray. I want you to worship, right? Worship me for who I am. And I want you to praise, because I'm going to bring you out, right? This is what God says. God on the inside of us. He says, listen, this is what I need you to do. Fall back. Watch me work, right? Watch me on the inside of you work this situation. And while I'm working this situation, I need you to continue to pray. I need you to continue to worship me for who I am on the inside of you. And I need you to praise. I need you to praise. I need you to praise for what you see happening before your very eyes. Thus, the reason why I told you to fall back and watch me work. You dig? For the Lord will be with you. You dig? I want you to sit back. This fight ain't yours. I want you to sit back and just watch me. Get somewhere where you can get set, you can stand still and hear. And I want you to be praying and worshiping, right? And I want you to be praising. And while you're doing that, I want you to see your salvation. I want you to see how I'm going to save you and deliver you. I want you to see the results. I want you to see the blessing. Okay? And then on tomorrow, on the next day, after the smoke is cleared, after all the turmoil and the fallout has faded, then I want you to go out, get what I have for you. Get the spoils, get the blessings, get the wealth that's laid up for the just from the wicked. You dig? But I don't need you to fight. I got this. I just need you to watch so you can learn how I do it. So then, after the fact, the blessings will be upon you. You dig? 2 Chronicles 20:17. So I just want to come on real quick and just bless y'all on this Thankful Thursday. You dig? I'm thankful that I had people in my life that told me, yo, youngster, fall back. Okay, you don't need to do that. Watch me work. I got this. From my grandma to my dad to, different, men in my life, to the military, to different, pastors and, to even women, from my wives and my sisters. And so I've had people in my life that knew I was going to go left and said, no, hold on, you don't need to do that. Okay, watch me go right. And I need you to watch how I do it. So therefore, you can learn and you can teach one. You know what I'm saying? Each one teach one. If I teach you how to fish, then now you can fish for yourself and you don't have to rely on me. But right now, I need you to watch how I do it so then you can learn. This is what we need to do. Let's watch how God shows up in our life and how his blessing comes and how he saves us and how he has mercy upon us and how he empowers us and anoints us. Okay? Let's look and see how he does it. Let's glean wisdom from him. Let's glean wisdom from those who have done it successfully before us, who he uses, who he walks through, he anoints. Let's glean what we can. Let's learn from them. Not act like we know it all, not act like we got it all together, but let's look and see how they've done it. And if they've been successful, then we can see from them, we can learn from them, then we can apply it. And check it out. We didn't even have to go to the fight. We didn't have to go to war. We didn't have to go to battle. We didn't have to do nothing but sit back and watch. It's time out, man, for fighting our elders and not listening to wisdom and all that. Man, you know what I'm saying? They got a lot of answers that we're praying and asking God for. But we don't want to sit back and watch. We just want to do and do and do instead of letting them say, hold on, youngster. Slow your roll. Watch me go to work. This is what God is saying to us. I don't need you to fight that battle. I don't need you to get in their face. I don't need you to feel like you got to get some get back. You know what I'm saying? Let me fight the battle. I just need you to get somewhere safe and watch how I go to work. So then when you watch me, you'll know how to do it moving forward. Anyway, this is your man Levon. This has been your Thankful Thursday. You dig? Please leave a comment down below what you're thankful about on this Thursday. And also, don't forget, subscribe to the channel, share this video. Your man Levon, I'm out.